Have to look past the cuteness and ask ourselves a surprisingly tricky question. How do you actually capture and, more importantly, hold the attention of a 2 to 6 year old? I mean, this is an audience with a notoriously short attention span, right? That means literally every single pixel, every movement, and every color choice has to be perfectly calibrated just to keep them engaged. So here's our roadmap for deconstructing this educational journey. First, we'll look at the goal, visual learning. Then, designing the cartoon style, advanced 3D animation techniques, bringing letters to life, and finally, the toddler audience impact. All right, let's jump right into section 1, the goal, visual learning, and specifically, designing for ages 2 to 6. You see, when you're designing for kids this young, the rules of engagement are entirely different than they are for older kids. The absolute crucial point here is how the creators prioritize visual learning by completely eliminating any confusing text clutter from the screen. Think about it. For a kid who can't read yet, having paragraphs or even just multiple words on screen isn't just unhelpful, it's visually overwhelming. It literally causes them to disengage. So the design strips all that noise away to focus purely on the visual relationships. In fact, the project's mandate explicitly calls for visual learning without text clutter, making it fun and engaging for ages 2 to 6. This demands an experience that relies purely on playful visual engagement to help young kids actually grasp the alphabet. It forces the animation itself to do all the heavy lifting. The movement and the shapes have to communicate the lesson, rather than relying on any written explanations. Moving on to section 2. Designing the cartoon style, creating the visual language. Now, building a specific visual language isn't just about making things look, cute. It's about engineering an aesthetic that actually resonates with a developing brain. Notice how features like big, expressive eyes and cheerful facial expressions are used here. These aren't accidents. They're deliberate psychological targets used to maintain a preschooler's engagement. Combine that with bright rainbow colors and a cute cartoon style set against vibrant backgrounds, and the designers are essentially creating a highly readable, safe environment. Those big eyes, they give toddlers a literal face to connect with, turning abstract letters into friendly little characters. Which brings us to section 3, advanced 3D animation techniques, the technical mandate. As we look at the technical execution, you'll see this project completely abandons any amateur style